Hey, what's up guys? I'm BTC. Well, a couple of cheat makers are going to jail, and others are being forced to pay millions of dollars in lawsuits. So there are two pretty big anti-cheat things that have happened recently in the world of Overwatch. First up is out of South Korea. A little while ago, the government of South Korea passed a new law that was meant to support and protect their esport industry. Now, if for some reason you didn't know, esports is incredibly huge in South Korea, and it has been for quite a few years. Back in 2005, when I was still in the army, I went to South Korea for a few months on a mission. While I was there, I was absolutely amazed to see StarCraft tournaments being broadcast on regular TV. It just blew my mind. Esports is big money in South Korea, and so the government wants to protect it as much as possible. Just like how the United States wants to keep performance-enhancing drugs away from professional sports, South Korea is doing the same thing, but with cheat programs in esports. So the law that was passed made it so that people who create, sell, or distribute cheat programs would have to pay a fine of up to $43,000 and spend up to 5 years in prison. Just recently, a couple of cheat makers were arrested and now face that punishment. Those two people, a 24-year-old and a 17-year-old, were making Aimbot programs and selling them for between $70 and $100 each. With the Aimbots, the pair sold over 1,000 copies, and combined with the other hack programs they had created, they made over $140,000. I'm not sure if these guys will get the maximum penalty for what they did, but it's very clear that South Korea is not playing around. Because most of the cheat programs for online games originate in South Korea, a story like this might very well cause a lot of those cheat makers to stop and reconsider what they're doing. The second story comes out of California, where a court ruled that a German-based company named Bossland had to pay Blizzard $8.6 million for, get this, 42,818 counts of copyright infringement. Blizzard sued the German company, saying that Bossland reverse-engineered and altered the game without permission, which violated Blizzard's copyright. Bossland tried to have the US case dismissed on the grounds that the California court has no jurisdiction over what the German company does, but the dismissal was denied and Blizzard won quite easily because Bossland, the German company, simply refused to defend itself in the courtroom. As of now, the website that Bossland uses to sell its cheats is still active, although it's blocked in the UK where a similar court ruling occurred. The cheat program that Bossland primarily makes for Overwatch allows for players to see through the walls and also gives other information that the players shouldn't have access to. So basically, because the company is in another country, they pretty much just ignored the court rulings and are going to continue selling their program. Unless the German government gets involved, there really isn't much that Blizzard can do about it, and it's unlikely that they're going to ever see a penny from the Bossland company. Now, unlike South Korea, it's very unlikely that other countries are going to start passing laws that make creating cheat programs illegal. However, the countries like Germany, the UK, and the United States are very likely to allow civil and criminal penalties for copyright violation, which is what they're basically doing when they modify the game code without permission. Now, I personally haven't seen too many cheaters in my games, but there have been a lot of other players still complaining about cheaters in theirs. So it's definitely still a problem. Now, I want to make clear that the law in South Korea does not make it a criminal offense to use the cheat program. It's only a crime to make, sell, or distribute those cheat programs. They're going after the source rather than the end user. In the end, this should reduce the overall amount of cheat programs that are available, and therefore the number of cheaters should go down as well. But what do you guys think about all this? Leave your feedback in the comment section down below, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the new content. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button, share it with your friends, and remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault.